Welcome. I'm Piers Corbin from weatheraction.com, long range weather and climate forecasters. And today is October the 1st and we're giving you our monthly video. Last month you may have noticed that our video was superseded by a 3-part detailed interview of me about climate change, long-range weather forecasting and changes in the jet stream. And this is available on our website, or you can get it as the top hit right now on the Climate Realist website, and you'll find it quite a useful thing to look at. Okay, we're going to talk about what happened in the summer. We're going to talk about the September events, and then we're going to give a look at October and beyond. First of all, our summer forecast was very successful. It was in the United Kingdom, Ireland and Europe. It was a summer of contrast, extreme wet conditions at times, hot spells where and when we said they would be, but not many of them. Basically, another pretty lousy summer for Britain and Ireland. And this, of course, was contrary to the predictions yet again of certain others, not the Met Office anymore, but certain others who came up with the usual stuff that it's going to be hottest ever summer and phrases like that. And once again, those other people are wrong. And I would say to anyone asking who can forecast the weather is not to listen to what they say without checking their track record. And as you know, Weather Action has an unrivaled track record of success. Okay, now, more about the summer. Without going into all the details, I think the most significant thing this summer was that there were jet stream freezing events, if you like, meaning that the pattern of flow of low pressures around the world on some occasions this summer got just stuck. So instead of a whole moving wave of motion of the jet stream, if you like, it was stuck. And we had predicted that these things would happen, which is why we said before, months before the start of summer, there was going to be a lot of extreme, very extreme events this summer. And these are going to carry on in the autumn, in fact. But that happens when you have the jet stream kind of quasi-stuck. The most significant expression of this was the heat waves in Russia, where because of the jet stream getting stuck meant there was a continuing south wind into West Russia, and that came from going through deserts to the south, making it extremely hot. And we predicted there would be heat waves in Russia. We also predicted when the jet stream was going to start shifting again due to extreme events on the sun and the very specific Sun-Earth magnetic linkages, which would change then and cause the jet stream to wobble significantly. And we said that would mean that in the middle of August there would be thunderstorms and the heat wave would end in Russia. And also that the massive deluges happening in Pakistan would also end and turn into much more normal rain. And those we said would happen at the same time in the middle of August. They happened when we said and in those places that we said. And this is a very important advance for long-range weather forecasting. It means we can predict at the important times when the jet stream is going to change significantly. Now, of course, the global warmers who say this is all caused by carbon dioxide are lying. They know nothing, they cannot forecast anything. They'll pick up any extreme event anywhere and claim it's evidence of their so-called science. It's not. Don't listen to them, challenge them. Okay. The recording of all this stuff is available in Weather Action News number 31, which you can get on our website, weatheraction.com. Now then, we'll talk a bit about September. The forecast for September went very well, and during September we made some more advances in the solar lunar action technique of forecasting. We forecast specifically that there would be, well, some quite warm parts, but in Britain and Ireland there would be a notable cold bit at the end, towards the end of September, which happened very well. In terms of extreme events, the most significant thing was around September the 18th, where we had what we called a major top-level SLAP, solar lunar action period, and we predicted a number of specific events around the world. For example, we said for the West Pacific there was going to be a notable typhoon formation in the Pacific off Taiwan, and it was very likely we'd have landfall hits of Taiwan and China as a consequence of these events around the 18th or so of September, and those took place. In the same time window, we also predicted there would be a lot of deluges in northern India. We're very specific about that, North India. And there were massive floods at that time in North India, and as you know, those also disrupted the preparation work for the Commonwealth Games village. There were also corresponding very extreme events in North America, and there were some tornadoes, 2 tornadoes in New York around that date. And there were a number of other extreme events around the world which we hadn't specifically predicted, but we did say there would be others in that time window. And we now understand a bit more about why that time window was so very important, and some other time windows in the month were actually less important. And we're calling this advanced solar lunar action technique number 4A. So, now what next? What about October and beyond? Well, first of all, about October, it's going to be a month which will fool you. It's going to start off generally very mild in places and wet. And it can be quite a lot of variation and contrast across Britain and Ireland, with the north and east often very different from the southwest, which will be much wetter, for example. And it's going to turn significantly colder at the end of the month or in the last week. And if you want more details, of course, you can get them from weatheraction.com. Now, in terms of the winter, we will make further comments later, but I would just say there's lots of people around already saying it's going to be the coldest this or whatever. Well, if anyone says anything, check their track record, because people do say things for alarmist or other reasons quite often. That isn't a statement that it's either going to be cold or not cold, because we'll reveal more later. But I just say beware of people making forecasts without checking their track record. And we'll announce a few more things about winter during the last week of October, which is the 2nd anniversary of the Climate Fool's Day, the day when the British Parliament passed a law against climate change. And we'll make further announcements about the dates of events then if you look on our website, weatheraction.com. Thank you.